Hello, and welcome to the live Campfire Ending Sublimation Camp 2025. So, Sublimation and Beyond Camp this year was amazing, and we're wrapping it up tonight. Technically, your free ticket goes to 9 a.m. Eastern Time in the morning, and we're extending that a little bit because we had some email glitches with links. So, we're actually extending that for 2 hours till 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So, just for you free ticket holders, you got a little bit longer on those day 3 classes. And tonight is just like wrapping it up with a campfire, just having fun, answering questions, whatever we want to do.
Whatever we want to do. We're going to talk for an hour because that's what Angie and I do. We have had some really great feedback about this camp. Minus our email issue, I think this is our best running camp we've ever had, which just hooray, Angie. It's really nice not to spend these 3 days stressing and just spend these 3 days enjoying everything. I'm watching the classes, interacting in the Facebook group. I feel like this was a very easy camp. And this preparing for camp is a lot, but the camp itself went really, really well this year.
So during this live, we will give away an all access pass. So every comment in the live chat counts as an entry. And, tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us what you liked about camp, what you didn't like about camp. Just chat away in that live chat. And then about 45 minutes in, we'll just pick a winner from those comments. And you can either get your all access pass or we will refund your money if you've already purchased one.
Which is awesome, right? Everybody wants a free pass. So you can just tell us where you're from, tell us what your favorite class was, tell us who your favorite teacher is, tell us your favorite color. We don't really care. We just add your comments and that will give you an entry. So let us know. It's looking over here in the chat that like people had a really great camp. I've seen people who have been here before. I recognize names. I'm starting to recognize people who have attended our camps, which is exciting. I see people are new. I'm really glad to see that people had a fun week so far. Well, a fun weekend, I guess.
And then I did see some people about the scavenger hunt. So if you are missing some of those giveaways, feel free to pop in the Facebook group and we will give you hints. We are more than happy to give you hints. It's not a secret where they are. It's just supposed to be fun for you to click around and sort of find them yourself.
Also, you could just comment here and we could probably just say, hey, go to this person's website.
Yes. If you just want to tell us like which ones you're missing, we will tell you right now where to go.
Just tell us which ones. I see people are missing them, but we need to know which ones you're missing so we can point you in the right direction.
And your comment will be another entry. Oh, yeah. So it's her first time attending. So welcome.
Welcome. I know. It's just really fun to see people that are finding this for the first time because this is year number 4 for us. And I can't believe we've been doing it that long because one day Angie and I said, hey, maybe we should do like an event for Sublimation. And here we are 4 years later, which is really fun.
Oh, and some favorites here. Comments are going fast. I'm trying. Some favorites, seamless tumblers with Patrice. And Patrice was in the comment section a few minutes ago. So
hi, Patrice. We love Patrice. Sublimation packing cubes with Jen Crookston. She might be in the chat as well. She usually is because she's also on our team here at Crafting Camps. And then how to do large sublimation projects. That's always one of those things that people are like, I want to make something bigger than this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper I have. And Angel did a great job showing us how to do that.
So somebody said they're missing on the scavenger hunt, the Amazon gift card. There is one from Jen Crookston. So if you check out her more information link, you should be able to find that Amazon gift card giveaway. I think that's the only Amazon gift card.
I think it is. I think we had 2 last camp, but I think there's only 1 this camp.
So Jen Crookston for that one. Sublimation tumblers with shrink wrap was Patrice.
Yep.
So be craftable things. And she had the seamless tumbler class on day 1. So her more information link.
Yep.
And
oh my gosh, these are going so fast. We get both of our channels at the same time. So
the DTF Printing Camp Beginner's Guide is from Carrie. And I'm going to butcher your last name, Carrie.
I'm going
Adam CZY, lots of letters.
Adam, lots of consonants.
Yes. So that it would be from Carrie Crafts It. So look for Carrie's class. And that one, I think her class was yesterday.
Even if it's yesterday, though, her more information link will still be below where her video was.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, these are going so. Couldn't find the 3 seats to Sublimation prep course. I'm gonna give you a big hint there. That's Angie. You can
That's
go to her more
me.
information page.
So any of my classes, click that more information link and the giveaway is on that one. Somebody loved the AI on Canva, and that's Shanita. And the one with Creative Fabrica, they also did, AI with Creative Fabrica. It was by Debbie.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Oh my gosh, they're moving quickly. Let's see. I feel like I've missed so many things.
And some people, it's their 4th year. So if it's your 4th year, pat yourself on the back. You've been with us for this whole journey. So we hope that things are still just as amazing as the first couple of years.
Jane says, is it
Somebody's
produced?
looking for 2 classes on the Silhouette Secrets site, and that is from Ellie Mae Habits.
Yep. When do the classes start? The classes are almost over. We started on Thursday. We had 8 classes on Thursday, 9 classes yesterday. We have 8 classes going on right now. So you can still sign in and get that free pass if you don't have it already. You can just go to sublimationcamp.com, get that free pass, and watch the free day 3 classes through 11 a.m. tomorrow. We're extending it just a little bit because we had a little bit of an error this morning in our email. So you can watch until 11 a.m. tomorrow, those day 3 classes. If you have the all access pass, you have access to all the classes for a year.
Yeah. And if you had the free, you want your all access pass now, you can still get that. And it's link.craftingcamps.com, and it's SUBAAP. We also put a QR code in the corner, link in the description below this video. So grab your all access pass. It does go up in price again tomorrow night. So if you're thinking about getting it, decide before tomorrow night. So my best advice before it goes up in price again.
Yeah. So it's $59 right now. Still a fantastic value. It goes up to $79 tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time.
Pro membership on to-do link didn't work.
Oh.
Okay. Let me
you check that, and I'm going to
look at that really quickly.
People are talking about that Brother SP1 printer. I still love it. I use it a lot. I mean, I'm using it a lot, and it is still gorgeous prints out of it every time. I've had no problems with streaking, banding. I use it a lot, so I haven't had any issues with it clogging, but it does run an automatic maintenance cycle. So it shouldn't clog like an Epson would clog that doesn't run that automatic maintenance cycle. But yeah, I could not recommend that printer more highly. I use it almost every day. And yeah, and Angie and I, we were talking about this the other day. We went and looked at how much ink we both still have, and we print a lot, right? I still have like half the ink in those tanks. I've been printing on this printer since I got it a lot, and I cannot believe how much ink is still left in my tanks for as much as I print. All right.
All the to-do links are working for me. So that's on Megan Makita's more information page. She has a giveaway. And she also has like a link for you to download if you want to check out to do. And she had a link to give you 50 free vision credits in to do. And all 3 of those links are opening up for me.
Yeah, people are talking about your class with the Yuthi make. I'm excited because I just learned I'm going to get one as well. So be some videos on that on my YouTube channel if anybody wants to watch that. I am also going to have a video up soon about the X-Tool DTF printer. They call it an apparel printer. It is a DTF printer. Right now, I am literally trying to unclog my print head right here. So we'll see what happens with that whole thing. But I am really excited about this DTF printer because it does have an enclosed shaker unit and oven all built in. But I have to get this print head unclogged first before I can show it to you guys.
So lots of printers to put on your wish list over time. Just so much printing technology coming out, and I feel like they're getting better and better. So it's just an exciting time to be crafting with all types of printers.
I think last year we said we're really excited to see what's going to happen in this space. And within just the last 12 months, the technology has improved dramatically. So I can't even imagine where we're going to be in a year. I'm just so excited about all of it.
So someone asked how we keep up with all these printers and technology, and We try. And we also are attending Printing United in October in Orlando, Florida. So if you're going to be at Printing United, be sure to reach out and maybe we'll post a time where we're going to be in the same place and you can meet us in person there. So it is a free event to attend. So if you're around the Orlando area, it's a pretty cool show and you can keep up with all those printers and technology and see them in person.
It's also our jobs to keep up with the printers and technology. So we are constantly researching things, especially between the two of us, sending each other did you see this? Hi, this company reached out to me, all these different things. So we tend to be a little bit more knowledgeable just because we are constantly looking for all the new technology.
And I am absolutely trying to scroll through these comments and answer any questions that you have.
Let's see. Denise says, I'm going to need a bigger craft space. So I moved from a 10 by 10 bedroom when I moved up here to Washington. I now have 600 square feet, which is an insane amount of space. And every day I think I need more craft space. So no matter the size you have, you're always going to want more. I want more.
Someone else asked about the giveaway for the DTF Printing Camp Beginner's Guide, and that's on Carrie.
I think it's
Adam Chick. Yeah, her more information page.
We talk with her all the time. We should probably say, hey, Carrie, how do you pronounce your last name?
Pronounce your name.
Let's see.
Yeah, I feel like the classes this year were really good. Got a lot of great feedback about a lot of them every day. And I feel like we had a wide range covering lots of different printer types, which I was excited about.
So I have a question for you. I have not okayed this with Angie yet, but I'm going to ask you guys. Angie and I were thinking, because we have so many beginner classes, we try and teach a lot of beginner classes ourselves, and then we keep adding to those beginner classes every year. Would there be interest from you guys for a lower priced beginner only version of camp? So it would only be those basics classes. It would just be me and Angie yapping at you the whole time. But if you have interest in that, or if you think there would be interest in that, we would really appreciate your feedback, because it's something we kind of tossed around after we had, it was literally 4 days ago or something. We're like, maybe we should have a beginner only camp pass for those of you who are just getting started. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, because we have so many beginner classes that we think we can offer basically a full camp of just beginner classes.
And the printer convention in Orlando is called Printing United, and it's in October sometime. We are going to a variety of events, and we're going to be there for a week. It's around the 20th.
Yeah, it's 20th through 22nd through 25th. Honestly,
yeah, so all the dates in my head are just confused because we're going to a few things.
I'm hoping that all the yeses that are coming through in the chat right now are people who are interested in that beginner class. Okay, excellent. That makes me feel good, because I feel like there are people who, especially even if they've attended before, they're still like, I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. Yes, I would love to combine this with a laser I don't have, but I don't want to. So we're thinking about offering that. And it could also be something that we could offer year round, or, there's a lot of different possibilities that we're throwing around because we have all of those beginner classes over the last 4 years.
The giveaway for the sublimation tumblers with shrink wrap should be on Patrice's page. Yep. And she did the seamless tumbler class.
Yep. The packing designs for Canva, that's Jen, right? I think that's not the packing cubes. Is that what you're looking for, Karen? If it is, it's under Jen Crookston's page.
Yes.
I don't know if it's
that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Shanita is so great. We love every time she joins us. She's just got the most joy. I love having her on.
Yeah, and the classes are always really good. So I am glad you all enjoyed that one.
Oh, Peggy, this is a good takeaway. She learned the heat press versus the easy press, and how much more even your results can be when using a heat press. A Cricut easy press can work, but it just has a slight, more of a chance that things could be pressed unevenly. So when you use that full-size heat press, you do often get a better result.
All right, and then I feel like we could talk a little bit about sponsors. So those coupon codes are still active. There are different coupon codes if you have a free ticket as well as an all access pass. There's increased amount on some of the coupon codes. So be sure to log in, check out the sponsor page. So 6 sponsors this year. We had Makerflow, Johnson's Plastic Plus, Heat Transfer Warehouse, Creative Fabrica, Artistry, and DTF Station. I did all
Nicely
6 of them at
done.
once. Look at that.
I'm like, what's that last one? And my brain could not get there. So I'm glad yours did.
Got it.
Between us right now, we only are working with like 6 brain cells after this weekend.
So be sure to check them out before those coupon codes expire. If you've like found something in camp and you're like, oh, I really want to pick that up, now would be the time while you can get a pretty good deal with those coupon codes.
Yeah. And a huge thank you to our sponsors. Our sponsors help us produce this camp. And we work with these companies. These are not just like we go out and try and find whoever will give us money. These are companies we have worked with. We have longtime relationships with. We like the people. We believe in the products. They are things we use all the time for ourselves as well. So I just would like to say that these are really great companies with really great people, and we love them. So thank you, sponsors. We appreciate having you.
Yeah, we always try to handpick our sponsors so that we know that we are recommending quality things to y'all. And they're all sponsors that I personally use stuff from. Like if I'm looking for something, I go directly to those sponsors and pick it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Kristen, I love the packing cube class. That was Jen Crookston. I felt like it was a unique idea for sublimation. And if you have not used packing cubes, I recently started. I mean, it's life-changing.
It just makes it so much easier to find stuff in your suitcase.
Life-changing.
I like this one from Dorothy here. She says she loved the sublimation and resin class. Didn't know she could combine the two. That was a great class from Stephanie Paxman today. Stephanie is a pro with resin. So if you're looking at doing any resin crafts, you should check out Stephanie's YouTube channel and her blog, but combining it with sublimation is really cool.
It went by really quickly, but someone was talking about the cover on a heat press. So you can get like a cover that goes over the top platen of your heat press to kind of protect it. I've seen them at Heat Transfer Warehouse. I feel like that's the place I've seen them.
I think that's where I have mine from.
Yeah. But you can basically like, I feel like it's like elastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it has like an elastic
goes up and it stays on the top.
But you still want to use, with sublimation, you still want to use some sort of protective paper because the sublimation ink can blow through that paper that you've printed on and imprint that cover. So you don't want to have your sublimation ink on the cover. You still need to use protective paper.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your cover after you purchase it. But if you like forget to use paper for some reason, the cover would at least protect your heat press. If you've ever gotten ink on your heat press, it's not fun.
It's not fun. Basically, you just press on polyester until you can't see it anymore. And it is way more times than you would think.
You're like, oh, this will just take a little while. And hours later, you're like, I am about to give up.
Really make sure you use that paper. I did it in my mug press a while back where I forgot to put the butcher paper on my mug press. And it just was a big pain in the butt. Let's see.
The resin and subclass it's today and it's free and it's Stephanie Paxman.
Yeah, I think her class is
today,
and
right? It's on the free as well as the all access pass. And I'm pretty sure it's today, right? Yes, today. So it should be for free and all access.
Sorry, I could not pause fast enough. I was like, oh, no.
It is called Sublimation on Resin Earrings. So if you check that out on day 3.
Awesome. I saw somebody had sold 4 of the 10 tumblers they made this weekend, which makes me so happy. If you are interested in selling your crafts, any type of craft, it doesn't have to be sublimation. We also have so much crafting for profit content. We have Crafting for Profit Camp, which is going to be held later this year. We have the Crafting for Profit podcast, which we have been doing for almost 2 years now. We have a Crafting for Profit Facebook group, and we're starting a community soon. That's a kind of a new thing that will be coming. So if you're interested in connecting more with people in your crafty community, both just, crafters who make the same types of crafts, but especially if you're running a business and you want to connect with either other people in your area, other people in your niche, you want to start a mastermind group, you just want to talk crafts, we are starting a crafty community Facebook group, and we will be announcing that on the podcast. So go ahead and you can go to craftingforprofitlive.com. That is our podcast website. And you can listen on your favorite channel. So the community episode will be coming up soon.
I like this one. The sublimation ink on your heat press needs to be a badge for next time.
Taking notes. I make all the badges. That ain't on your heat
That's a
press.
badge you do not want to earn.
Do not earn this badge.
But it is a badge we probably all earn at some point in time.
He asks an interesting question because I am of a different opinion than a lot of people on this. She asks, "Do you have to use the heat gun to shrink your shrink wrap before putting it in an oven?" I say no.
We differ in opinions because I use it. Corey doesn't.
I just if you think about how fast it shrinks up in the oven, it's like 5 seconds. It's so fast. There are some projects where I will do it, just to make sure that the shrink wrap gets on there properly, especially oddly shaped items. But for a tumbler, I just put that thing in there and I don't waste my time or my safety.
I shrink it every time.
That's like
So
Angie though. She pulls off all of her sublimation stuff while it's still like boiling hot. And I'm
I
like,
do.
let it cool. So we have our own things.
I
Oh,
do. And Terry asked about sending emails when this stuff's going on. Absolutely. And I'll make a note to tell Crystal about the communities episode. We'll try to send that to the whole list because it really is a podcast episode that anyone can relate to, not just those that are doing this for a business. So we'll try to send that one to the whole list.
Corey asked if on the Brother printer, if there's a waste tank you need to change.
I assume so.
I assume so. I've not had to change it.
No, so that printer, literally Corey and I were just like chatting and talking, and we just looked, and I still have so much ink, and I've used that printer so much. I've never had to change the ink. It's never told me the waste tank is full. I've had to do nothing. Um, so I'm
One
pretty
thing
sure there is.
I did actually do one bit of maintenance on it because it was starting to not want to pull all the paper. Like it kept saying, like, you have a what is the word? Jam. Sorry. I have a clogged print head. I was like, that printer doesn't clog. I'm confused. So I had a paper jam and I realized it was just the little roller at the front of like the paper pulling roller. And so I just cleaned that paper pulling roller with a little bit of alcohol, let it dry, and I've had no issues with it since then. That is the only thing I have had to do with this printer. I just flipped it over and clean that roller. I also worked in a copier place for a long time. So I was like, oh, this is probably the paper picker upper roller, and then I went and fixed it.
And then Terry will also send out an email like that has at the end of camp next week sometime that kind of has like a survey for you. And we'll probably have in that, like if you're interested in business, click here. And that way you would get all our podcast episodes. I see like some people that are starting a business. That way you get all our podcast episodes. We don't want to bug you if you're not interested in a business, but if you are, we'll have something for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I want to address. Anyone try that magic DTF spray? So I've been seeing this quite a few places. I'm not convinced I want to try it yet. I always try to look into the safety of things. First of all, for my white toner, I use a similar technology as the T seal sheet. So it is literally called capital T seal sheet. And you put that on and it sort of embeds that print deeper into the fibers. The DTF spray is a similar technology, but I feel like I would rather use the sheet instead of having the spray like in my space. So I'm not convinced I'm going to do a video. I could change my mind. Sometimes I change my mind and decide like it is a good topic. So we'll just see where that goes. But for now, I'm not questioning, I guess, the safety of the spray.
Yeah, I think a lot of things around DTF were like, is it safe? So what I do for my DTF prints, so I make tote bags for my Etsy shop using DTF prints all the time. And I don't even use my T-seal sheet, although I could. What I do is I end up just flipping the tote bag over and pressing that DTF print directly into the foam like pad of or the rubbery pad of my heat press. And that basically gives it the same effect. It really helps press it into the fibers because it kind of has that squishy little bit. And it really, really helps adhere that DTF print.
So Stacy lost her connection and didn't catch our shrink wrap sleeve answer. So basically, Corey does not shrink hers, and I do. So both work because both of our things work, but I prefer to shrink it first with a heat gun, and she doesn't.
Yeah. Which I guess goes to show you that we all have our own ways of doing things, right? Angie and I do all the same things, and we have different ways of doing them, and they both work.
And then have you tried the DTF powder? I think that's supposed to be powder. We did travel to Heat Transfer Warehouse. We tried a DTF printer from DTF Station where you have to manually powder things. Both kind of decided that's not for us in our homes. So Corey has a video coming up on like a unit that sort of auto powders. So that will be coming up on her channel.
Terry asked, what about on pens? I think she's still talking about shrink wrap. That is one of the few places that I will pre-shrink. My shrink wrap is using pens.
I did. It was actually pencils, but pens would be the same thing. I did the Maker Flow ones, and I have a video on it, and I just taped them instead of using the shrink wrap all the way down. This is a lot easier on those small little pens instead of getting the shrink wrap off. Yeah, so it was the pencil video, actually, but pens would be the same thing.
Maker Flow has the cutest pens and pencils. Do you have some? I don't have any near me. So
I literally have a pencil right here because I use it all the time.
It is so cute. And then they're clicking pencils, obviously, but they come with like different colored erasers. So you can totally match the eraser to like whatever your print is. And
it's like so easy to take off because like this, and then they sell the barrels by themselves. So you can literally, and we went over this in our blanks video as well. We
are so cute. I'm like, oh my God, I can pick a little.
We love them.
So obsessed.
So yes, I have my pencils here all the time.
Mine are over there where I write things. They're just not here. I feel like I did one with like some Amazon pens, and I need to go back and like be like, okay, that one was fine. This one is better.
Yes.
Might try your taping technique.
Yeah, I liked the taping technique much better.
Yeah. Barbara, that craft is not for me when talking about DTF, and I completely understand because Angie and I were very much of that mind when we had to do the powdering and all the different stuff like manually. But DTF Station makes a whole kind of unit that can do it. It's quite large. And then Xtool just came out with a DTF apparel printer, which I have over here, but I have not done it yet.
And someone asked about the Maker Flow pens, blue or black ink. So they have the pens, but they also have ink refills that you can purchase separately, and they have those in black, blue, and red. Yeah. So literally you could make the pen any color you want.
Yeah, it is very cool. I feel like they did a really great job of like being able to customize them. So if you are selling something, you could really make it yours.
Yeah.
And they come in these really great packages that you can sell them in the package too.
Yes, I don't have one of those, but you just sort of take it apart and pop it back in.
That's awesome. Terry, your comment, the way you worded it cracks me up. I wanted to get into DTF. Thanks for all the info, but I won't be now.
like, no, this is not for me.
No.
I like that one. No, that's not for me. So I was going to remind you, if you join late, that we're giving away an all access pass during this. We'll give it away in about 15 minutes. So every comment in the live chat counts as an entry. You can tell us where you're tuning in from, your favorite class during Sublimation Camp, good and bad things that happened during camp, things you liked, things you didn't. All the feedback is fine. And then in about 15 minutes, we'll pick someone. Either we'll give you an all access pass or refund your money for that pass.
Yeah. And don't forget, we have all of our giveaways. They will be open until 11 a.m. tomorrow for all of you free people. If you have not entered the giveaways, what are you doing? There's like $4,000, $4,500 stuff worth of stuff we're giving away. We've got all sorts of gift cards to Ninja Transfers, to Heat Transfer Warehouse, to Maker Flow. We have a Cricut, big Cricut Easy Press. I'm telling you now, I think we were like 4 brain cells between us at this point.
There's Johnson's Plastics Plus is giving away a mug press with 7
attachments. Yeah, it's like an $800 mug press with like 7 different attachments. You can press anything, any type of cylindrical object in this thing.
So be sure to enter all of those giveaways. Again, for the free people, your access ends at 11 a.m. Eastern time in the morning. So get all your entries in before then as well. All access pass people, we do give you till next Friday because not all people that purchase all access pass might be online right now. They might have purchased it because they're not going to be. So they get a little bit of extra time.
Let's see.
Yes. So links that we have in our more information pages are definitely affiliate links. So we do appreciate you clicking them and purchasing. Just helps us a little bit. So yes, thank you very much. That was from KB Callahan. So thank you.
Let's see. Whoa, all of a sudden there's a
That
lot
was
of
it was like a lot. So Teresa was saying my favorite class is the one Angie sublimated with paints, markers, etc. So it was called like sublimation without a printer. So if you don't follow me at all, I am in love with the Artistry products. There's a reason why they're one of our sponsors. I'm absolutely in love with their products. If you don't have a printer, I highly recommend them. Even if you have a printer, just sometimes painting and being creative and then being able to sublimate it on something permanent is absolutely just a ton of fun. So I use them all the time.
Definitely. Let's see.
So to enter the giveaways, you just go to the same place you go to watch the videos. And while you're watching the videos, over on the left-hand side, there's all kinds of little links. And one of those will be a whole giveaway section. And you can just start clicking around in there. There's even a lesson that says how to enter giveaways. So just click that to see how to enter them.
Yeah. And there are some giveaways from our sponsors and from our teachers who are social media. And I'm really sorry if you don't have social media. First of all, I'm jealous. Second of all, it's just the way of things that I'm sorry about that. People are talking about gang sheets. That was my class this year, how to make a gang sheet in Canva. Love a gang sheet because it allows you to basically print one giant image, which is a bunch of tiny images, and save yourself a lot of money.
Multimedia project. Someone said something about that. That was from Heat Transfer Warehouse, I think yesterday. So they basically showed how to use like HTV with sublimation to add a little something special. And I love those ideas because you can't get all those cool effects with sublimation, and they're showing how to combine the two.
Yeah, we had quite a few multimedia classes. We had resin and sublimation, lasers and sublimation, HTV and sublimation. And I feel like that's great because we all are crafters. And so it's fun to be able to combine them sometimes. Is the giveaway different than the scavenger hunt? No, those are basically the same thing. The scavenger hunt is just helping you find our speakers giveaways on their more information pages.
Watercolor was my favorite. That was Naomi. She's another, I feel like, fan favorite all the time. Like whatever she does is like always amazing.
I feel like every single time everybody's like, I love Naomi's class. I can always come, like, no matter what she does. I think a lot of times it's because she also does things without a printer a lot of times. So they're very accessible to people, which is fantastic. We love Naomi.
And I feel like your gang sheet class, people are talking about that. I do want to encourage people to use it even if you just do sublimation. So not just to make something and send it to get a DTF print, but making a gang sheet. I have tons of people ask me about saving sublimation paper, like how, I only need half the sheet. How do I print on the other half of the sheet? The answer is you print it a gang sheet of things and you keep that bottom half that already has like an image printed on it for another project later. I do it all the time.
Yeah, so I make mugs for my Etsy shop, and I've been printing them singularly. And the other day I was like, you are a dum-dum. You should print them two to a sheet. And so even if I don't need to, I print both. I just print the same image. I now have I used to just have one PNG, and now I have a PNG that has both in there. And that's technically a gang sheet because it has two images. In my class, I actually went through and talked about how to build a gang sheet that is also for just my white toner printer. So that's just an 11 by 17 gang sheet I made in a Canva. Printed it here at my house. Karen says the price of DTF made her rethink DTF, but the price of DTF prints is super cheap. So you can still do DTF on budget.
That's the best way to do DTF is to order them and press them because then it's easy.
It's so easy. You won't have to be sitting here with a bowl and your print head trying to unclog it. You will never have to do that if you order your own DTF prints. Let's see.
Oh, and another one for my Yuthi Make E1 printer class. The printer also blew me away when I first started using it. So
definitely. I like Diana's comment here. I'm a first-time camper, so afraid of the sublimation, but I really want to start and learn all the different printing things. I'm excited to start. And yes, it's really one of those things that sounds really intimidating, but once you get going, you're like, oh, I print and press. I'm good. It's really not as bad as you think.
Someone asked about DTF applied to canvas products. Do you want to talk about your bags?
Yeah, I can grab one.
Okay, because I feel like because I feel like Corey has perfected this DTF on canvas bags, and I feel like it would be the same for any canvas-like material.
So this is like a canvas. This is one of my tote bags from my shop, and I don't know, I'm going to get it really close. I don't know if you can tell, but it really is very, very pressed into the fabric here because I flip it over and press it. But yeah, I make all of these. They have never peeled. My favorite one I have actually says return these books. And I made it for my house because my boys never know where to put their library books. And so I said, I made a bag that just says on it, return these books with a DTF print. And they just put their library books in it. And that bag takes a beating because it's got all the kids' books. We take it to the library, we throw it in the car. That thing has been through the ringer. It is filthy. And the DTF print on it is still gorgeous.
And Joyce was saying, I just started sublimation. I really want to be able to use it on dark colors. If you want to be able to put something on dark colors, I would just recommend ordering DTF prints. It's going to be so much better, last so much longer, and be so much less of a headache than all of the sublimation hacks.
Yeah. We didn't even have I mean, like DTF prints sort of existed in the last couple of years, but the proliferation of places where you can get DTF prints. We recommend Ninja Transfers. I think Heat Transfer Warehouse also does DTF prints. I think that just ordering your prints, if you want to put it on dark fabric, is so much better than doing sublimation on HTV, because then you get none of the benefits of sublimation and all of the downsides of HTV. Oh, this is a good, here, Jess's Craft Therapy. I really like this one. A lot of people do not know that you can use SVGs to make PNGs and sublimate them. This is a video I have on my list to do, because you may have 1,000 SVGs from your Cricut days. Maybe you're still using your Cricuts. Look, I've got mine right back here behind me. I use them all the time. You can use all of those SVGs for sublimation. They may not be as, like they may be just a couple of colors or whatever. You can make, you can change the colors if you have the right program, but you can just like save those as a PNG and sublimate them. You can sublimate all of those SVG files if you want.
I saw someone, a couple people talking about they liked the laser and sublimation classes we had, and we're glad you like those. That was something like we need those classes this year. More people are getting a laser, and you can definitely, I love combining crafts together, 2 types of crafts together into one project. It's my favorite.
Seen a couple things here that I just want to go through. Shoot. Where'd it go?
Yeah, sometimes they just bounce around.
Yeah, they bounce around. Yeah, somebody said I recommend having those classes on changing SVGs and PNGs. I'm going to do that next year. I'm going to make a note because that is such a good class. You are so right, Jess. Oh, and then this may have been asked already. Do we have to submit the scavenger hunt? No, that's just for you. It's just a checklist for you to be able to find all of the classes that you want, or all of the giveaways that you want.
Yeah, just sort of a checklist.
Somebody asked if you can sublimate on cardstock. They make sublimation cardstock.
So
you can kind of sublimate on regular cardstock, but it doesn't look as good as the sublimation cardstock.
So I sublimated on glitter cardstock recently, and I am obsessed with it. I did it in a video about making graduation hat toppers is what I did it for. But yeah, I'm tempted to do like a whole video on it because I'm obsessed with how it looks. It looks so good.
So, oh gosh, it's TriW. I'm not sure what the name actually is. I'm currently applying a DTF to a canvas bag and I'm having issues with it not wanting to stick. Yes, correct. That is a problem. I'm going to do a whole video on troubleshooting this, because if I show you this bag again, if I just put this right in my heat press, press it and lift it up, all of these little stars don't stick. So what I have started to do is I actually grab my Cricut Easy Press Mini, the little one, and before I put it in my heat press, I go over it. And of course, this is not as fast, but I want to make sure everything's sticking. And I just like give it like a pre-press. And that has basically solved most of my problems with that DTF print not sticking. And I think it's just because it's such a large area that it wrinkles and bubbles just a little bit. And so you can basically give it that little pre-press. I start in the middle and kind of work my way out with the little Cricut mini press, and then I press, and it has helped everything stick really, really well.
Someone asked if we always send DTF to Ninja or have you ever used Jiffy. We did actually use Jiffy. We made some shirts for our podcast, and I actually ordered them through Jiffy, and it worked well. And I feel like I also ordered them for the pouches we did for Crafting for Profit Camp one year, and they worked well as well. So
yeah. I generally order from Ninja all the time now. I've just had really good experience with them. Their prints have come really well, but I don't see why Jiffy wouldn't work as well.
Yeah, so same question here. Companies recommend for DTF prints. I feel like Ninja Transfers is a go-to. Heat Transfer Warehouse, another sponsor, also has DTF prints. And then I've ordered from Jiffy before. I've ordered from Pro World before. I think I've ordered UV DTF, maybe DTF. I'm not sure. I've ordered from some companies I would not recommend. So I'm trying to think of the ones that I actually
I think
liked.
there was one where you were like, things didn't stick. I feel like it was Jiffy that Crystal had a problem with. Remember Crystal had a
I don't know,
problem?
but that was on Canvas, and you learned all those things about Canvas after we did that,
That is
if you
also
remember that.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
All right. Somebody asked if the We Create Lumos laser is a good choice. That has nothing to do with sublimation, but both Angie and I really like that laser. It's a specialized laser because it only has a 4x4, 4.5 by 4.5 inch processing area. They do make like a conveyor belt for it, but it's still not, it's meant for small things. But I think it's really fun. And it looks like a cute little purple robot.
Yeah, it's literally right behind my computer. You can't see it, but it's literally sitting right over here.
And you can do color engraving on it, which I'm going to do a whole video about. I'm really excited about that.
Yes, the color engraving on metal is something that is very exciting with that one. And then I'm kind of excited, like with the, this is getting totally off topic of sublimation, but with that slide thing, you can engrave like a whole baseball bat. Kind of excited. You can combine the rotary with the slide.
Yeah, it's over there, and I'm very excited to figure out how to use it. Somebody asked, how much is a laser printer? This is a very wide-ranging question. So, Kathy, I'm going to go ahead and direct you to my YouTube channel. You can probably go to Angie's as well. But I have worked on creating a laser guide that has all of the lasers I've reviewed, which as of today, which hasn't gone up yet, it'll go up on Tuesday, has 11 lasers. So that guide has even the 11th one I just reviewed. And it basically compares all of the different lasers, including price, including features, including all of these things. And so I feel like that is a really great place to start. If you go to my YouTube channel and find the video on the We Create Lumos, I have linked that comparison in the description. If you can't find it, email me, hello@heyletsmakestuff.com, or you can find me on social media and I'll figure out and I'll send you the link.
Faith asked about the sublimation on glitter cardstock. I would say go to my video on graduation hat toppers and get the specific cardstock I linked to, because it wasn't like all glitter cardstock. It needs to be like the glitter needs to be on top. It needs to be like the rough glitter cardstock, not the smooth. And then like there were just some issues with some of them. So I would say get the one that I linked to.
And the glitter is polyester. It's a poly-coated glitter.
Yeah.
It's a plastic glitter. That's why it sublimates versus cardstock, which you will get an image on, but it's going to be faded, like sublimating on cotton. Yeah. Somebody asked, can I have my designs that I create made by a DTF company? Absolutely. Just put them in a gang sheet and you can send them to the company and they will print for you. Kristen's like, if only the price were as cute as the cute little robot laser. I mean, I completely agree.
Yes. So I feel like there's been several other questions about places that sell DTF prints. So everyone sells DTF prints right now. I feel like it's the new hot thing to do, to start a DTF company. So there's no way I feel like we could test every DTF company. And I would also say, like, if there's one local to you, you might try their prints. But I would definitely compare them to a place like Ninja Transfers, because some of the quality that some of these places are putting out is just not there. And if you get it, you're going to think, like, are all DTF prints like this? Why are Angie and Corey, why do they like them? So I would definitely like order some from a place like Ninja and then say, okay, maybe I can compare them to, the girl that lives 2 blocks away that's selling them. And let's just see, like, does it compare?
Yeah, because I could make DTF prints, on my DTF printer I have over here, and I still don't think they're going to be quite the quality of Ninja Transfers. I feel like Ninja Transfers in particular has worked really hard to get a very high quality DTF transfer. I think mine will get close out of this X tool. I need to get that white ink going first, but even just comparing the print that I have that has no white ink in it to the other one, I'm like, ooh, I think the color is just a little bit better on Ninja. So
someone asked if we have an engraving video. Stacy, tell me engraving on what? Because I have a lot of engraving videos.
yeah, what are we engraving? We can engrave a whole bunch of things.
engraving on what, with what,
Tawana
Cricut,
says,
laser.
Tawana says, even Temu has DTF prints, but please don't order from Temu. They're really,
Don't.
they've stolen so many
So
of my
bad.
designs, and they're, it's just, do what you got to do, but they will never be a sponsor of any of our camps.
The quality you're going to get, I'm just scared.
Waste your money. Get a nice DTF print.
And someone asked, is it possible if you ladies can teach the business side of sublimation? We do.
We do.
Every other week on Crafting for Profit Live. That's our podcast. You can find a video on our YouTube channels every other week, as well as a podcast if you prefer to just listen on every podcast platform. So every other week, we talk about different aspects of running a business, whether that's sublimation or selling any types of crafts.
Yeah. And then we have Crafting for Profit camp.
Yes.
In the fall. So it's like this, but doing it for money.
All right. Do we want to pause and we'll talk about the all access pass and pick a winner? So if people need to go, they can, and then we can answer some more questions.
Sure.
All right. So if you do not have the all access pass, before we give away an all access pass, get your comments in. Comment. If you do not have an all access pass, you can still get one. Goes up in price tomorrow night, and you can get it at link.craftingcamps.com/subaap. Also put a QR code in the corner and link in the description below the video. So if you're like, I don't know how people absorbed all this information in 3 days, welcome to the club. That's what the all access pass is for. So you get a year to absorb all the information that happened during camp.
Before we pick our winner, I'm going to address something I see coming up a few times here, and that is engraving with a Cricut, both of which we have done. But I want to talk about really quickly about, this has nothing to do with sublimation. I want to talk about the difference between engraving with a Cricut and engraving with a laser. With a Cricut, you are dragging a tool across your material, and you are basically etching. You are like scratching into the material. With a laser, that laser is vaporizing the material. It is actually removing the material. It is turning it into smoke. And so you can get these really nice deep engraves that you can't get with a Cricut. A Cricut can't do a fill. So I'm going to, again, grab something really quick.
I found a comment. So KB Callahan, you are our giveaway winner. You've won an all access pass, or we will refund your all access pass if you've already purchased. So what I would like you to do is to email us at help@sublimationcamp.com, and we will get that all set up for you. So just let them know, like in the email, just say I was the winner during the live campfire, and we will get you all set up.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you. So like this is engraved with a laser. I just did this the other day with the Flux BMO laser, which is I'm doing a review on Tuesday. You can't do this with a Cricut. It doesn't like have these filled areas. It just doesn't, it won't do this. Or this is a cat door. My theme was cats of things. Things that I made for this project, but you can see here on this door hanger that this is all engraved into the wood, and you just can't do that with a Cricut. That's really the big difference. Is a Cricut is sort of scratching the surface literally with a tool, whereas this is vaporizing the material.
And then I did want to mention, for those of you, if you want to pick up your all access pass, you also get like $250-ish worth of extra bonuses, downloads, mini courses, all types of things, as well as printable transcripts for every video. So the printable transcript, you print it out and it's everything that the speaker said. A lot of people love those. They like to print them, keep up with them, and have them, to take notes and that type of thing. So you get all of that with the all access pass as well.
Yeah. We love those transcripts. I think the transcripts alone are worth the cost of that all access pass because they're so easy to make notes on. And a big thank you to Jen, who I just saw in the comments. She does all of our transcripts, and we couldn't live without her. Jen, never leave us. We love you.
Yeah, she was just messaging me when I picked the giveaway winner, so I got it, Jen. All right, so we probably have like 10 or 15 more minutes if you have more questions, and I'll kind of scroll back through the questions we missed while we were talking about this giveaway here.
Yeah. Jen says, you want the printable transcripts. I promise you they're worth it. Please make Jen's job worth it and get the all access pass. You can make a sublimation journal with the transcripts. That's a great idea because they make sublimation, you could use that sublimation cardstock. You can buy binding. Just make yourself a whole journal of sublimation stuff.
Someone they said they have, I think infusible ink from a few years ago. So the infusible ink comes with like a little moisture thing inside of it. So it does a good job of like staying okay for a while, because it's absorbed the moisture. So as long as you've kept it away from moisture, away from sunlight, it should work for a while. I feel like they do a good job of their packaging.
Yeah. Sublimation prints in general, including infusible ink, actually last a lot longer than you would think if you store them properly. They're not quite like vinyl where the adhesive sort of breaks down. Somebody said, is the all access pass I have only a year? Yes. So I will address this. So this technology changes so quickly. And so when we started our camps, our first sublimation camp was in 2021, we decided to just do a year all access pass because we didn't know what lifetime meant. We didn't know, is that our lifetime? Is it the lifetime of the class? Is it the lifetime of Teachable? We just didn't know what lifetime meant to start. And we are hosting this. And it is, a lot of money each year to host all of our classes on Teachable. And we didn't want to necessarily keep paying for it because we said, it would be lifetime. The other thing is the technology is changing so quickly that a lot of stuff is out of date. We just went and re-recorded a whole bunch of our beginner classes because the technology has changed. And we always want you guys to have the most updated information. And what we recommended 3 years ago is not what we recommend now. We have learned, we have, done better. New products are constantly coming out. And then third, we think that having it for just a year, it does encourage you to actually use it. If you have lifetime access, you can continue to put it off forever. You will never have to open it up and learn it because you're like, oh, I'll get to it next month. But if you only have a year, hopefully that will encourage you to actually get in there and learn.
All right. So I scrolled through and I didn't see anything that we kind of didn't address, but again, there's a lot of comments. So if you had a question, if you're still here, we had a question and we did not answer it, please feel free to drop it back into the comment section so we can address those again. Overall, I wanted to thank you all for the kind comments because I feel like there was a lot of thank yous and they loved the counselors, they loved the camp. So I just wanted to thank you all for being here for the live campfire, first of all, and then second of all, for all the kind comments as well. We didn't address those. We addressed the questions, but thank you for all the kind comments.
And I don't think we had this year almost anybody who contacted our service department being really rude or really terrible to our service team. And so thank you for that because we could never do it. I would be way too snarky and you guys would never want to follow me again. So we have Susan and her team for that. Thank you, Susan. We love you. But thank you so much for being kind with our team as well, because customer service is not an easy job. And so for those of you who had to talk to customer service, thank you so, so much for being kind to her.
And then for those of you that don't know, our Facebook group remains open all the time. So at any point in time, you can jump in there and ask us a question. Doesn't matter if you had a free pass, all access pass, we do not care. You are welcome in the Facebook group and you're welcome to ask us questions in there any time of the year. And we are happy to help you or point you in the right direction to get some help.
Stacy asked if she should store her infusible markers upside down like the pens. Yes, you should. Do not do what I am doing here. All of those pens are probably dead.
I know the artist spray markers, you store them flat, and right before you want to use them, you turn them tip down. So that's what I do with my infusible ink too, but I don't know if that's the right thing or not. But I know what the artist spray it is.
Yeah, mostly I just want to know what colors they are, and I can't if they're all upside down.
Okay, 3 passes. Someone wants to know these. I scrolled away, so give me a second. Okay, the 3 passes to the Maker Retreat was from Erin Reed. And the Ultimate Print and Cut Bundle is from Kelly Russo. So if you look on those 2 more information pages, you should find a giveaway for those.
Yeah.
And the campfire and the s'mores, this was bring your own campfire and bring your own s'mores tonight. So you have to bring your own campfire, bring your own s'mores. And I did not bring mine.
I will say my lights right now are very warm and I'm feeling like I'm sitting in front of a campfire. It was only 61 here today, so I have a sweatshirt on and I don't know what the heck I was thinking, because right now I'm cooking.
It was very much not 61 here today.
It's not 61 anywhere else, I'm sure, in the United States, but it happened to be a weirdly cool day today here. Everybody's so nice. We had just like a really nice group this time. We've had some really cranky people in the past, and this has just been a really lovely event.
Speaking of shirts, our merch store, it is linked in the description below this video, and I did wear my Craft Chaos Club shirt. Chaos Craft Club shirt. That was one of our new designs. So you can pick that up as well as our Sublimation Camp shirt and all of that in our merch store, and that's linked below as well.
Yeah, we got shirts, hats, stickers in a variety of sizes and fits, with a lot of cute little crafty sayings.
I think your cheeks are red as for you.
I'm cooking, and I don't have any water here. I'm not going to drink my little apparel printer moisturizing liquid. That's the only.
Forgot.
I did not have water. I'm so thirsty. What did I do here? Why did I wear this sweatshirt?
Yeah, it
Everybody
was.
needs to move where it's cold. Might I suggest the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, it was.
I went to a birthday party today, and people had blankets wrapped around them.
Oh, this is very good. If you were going to get one, would you pick the Yuthi Make or the iColor 560?
Those are so very different.
Those are very different. So I would say, like, what do you want to make? So if you were like, I would like to make shirts and some other stuff, then the iColor, because Yuthi Make, you're not going to be able to make shirts regardless of there's a new flexible ink that I'm going to be testing that still I'm not going to be able to make shirts with it. Oh, you're fine. So if you're like, I want to make shirts and like really flexible things, then the Yuthi Make is not going to be for you. The iColor would be. But if you're like, well, I just want to make tumblers and hard surface things and I want to print directly on them, Yuthi Make would be the printer you would do that with. So they're kind of like two very different printers. The iColor, you're going to print on a film, sort of like GTF. You're going to marry it with adhesive, and then you can put it on textiles. You can put it on hard surfaces, different things like that, depending on the paper you print on. Yuthi Make, you're going to print directly on objects, but it's going to be hard objects only.
Did I see a Facebook ad today for the Yuthi Make soft ink?
Yes. So it's called the Flexible Ink. Spoiler alert, YouTube video coming at some point. I need about 3 of me. But it is flexible ink, but you could put it on like a tote bag that you're not gonna like put it through the laundry. But you wouldn't be able to do a shirt. It's not that flexible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's not
definitely gonna put it to the test on all the things, but yeah, it's not gonna be that flexible.
Okay. That's kind of one of the biggest difficulties when trying to decide where to go after sublimation, because sublimation allows you to put the prints on hard and soft things. But once you get past that, you have to go kind of one of two ways. You have to go soft things or hard things. A white toner printer actually can do both. So that it could be a good option, but it's pricey. So I guess all of this is pricey once you get past sublimation. But I do feel like if you're going the DTF route, you got to go DTF or you have to go UV DTF. And it's going to be soft and it's going to be hard. And you're going to have 2 printers if you want to do both.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to depend on what you want to make after, especially when you expand beyond sublimation. You're going to really have to think about, okay, what am I going to make? What am I going to concentrate on? Because it's a lot of money to invest in something that doesn't do all the things.
Yeah. And if you're like, that Yuthi Make is so cool, because it is, but really you just want to make shirts, then you need to rethink what you're going to do. So it's just, a lot of thinking before you invest your money, because 1, these machines don't like to sit. None of them do. Obviously, I'm sitting here with a print head trying to unclog it. And they don't like to sit. Neither the Yuthi Make doesn't like to sit. A DTF printer doesn't like to sit. And they have automatic maintenance, and it's good, but it's not great. And so you really want to make sure this is going to be something you are going to use, because
that's the one thing about white toner is it can sit.
It can sit.
It doesn't matter. It's not ink, it's toner. It can sit for months and months and months, and I can fire it up and it's fine.
Yeah, I just fired mine up to film that gang sheet video, and I hadn't printed in a really long time on my white toner printer. It's just a little fussier. I feel like as far as the process, like the printer is fussier when it comes to DTF, the print is fussier when it comes to white toner. So again, there's no perfect method yet. But with the way this technology is expanding, there could be
We
some.
are on the lookout for the perfect printer, but it does not exist yet. Yeah, the Yuthi Make came out a couple months ago. They're just shipping now. And if you all do not know, it came out on Kickstarter and it broke the record for the largest Kickstarter ever. That's how excited people are about this printer. So I'm excited about it as well, but I don't think it's for everyone. Like I just said, like if you were like, I just want to make sure it's the Yuthi Make is not something you need at all.
And we are not here to sell you all the things. We're here to help you decide what the best thing is for you. I always say, your needs, your space, and your budget. Those are the three things you need to think about. What do you need it for? How much space do you have? And what is your budget? Because those three things are going to control basically what you're going to buy. So if you need help figuring it out, needs, space, budget.
Yeah.
The number of times I've said, for your needs, for your space, and your budget is pretty hilarious if you watch my YouTube videos. Oh, does anybody have any more questions? We're kind of getting to the end, but let's see.
Oh gosh. As a birthday present, I got to choose either the Lumos laser or the 3D printer. I chose the 3D printer for now. That's a tough choice though.
It is. I literally just went to a birthday party at noon today, and the little girl, she's 10, she just got like this like little tiny 3D printer. I mean, it's like literally this big, and she was so excited about it. And I'm like, maybe I could start there with 3D printing because, I need another craft.
People ask me about 3D printing all the time, and I'm like, please don't tempt me.
That's me with embroidery. I'm like, oh no, it's another thing I really want to do.
So with the Yuthi Make, you get like the regular set of ink with your like little bundle, and then you can add on different things. So the rotary, I really like it, but if you're not going to print on tumblers, you wouldn't need it. So I would say the rotary if you're going to print on tumblers. The laminator, if you want to do UV DTF stickers, I would add it. So it just depends on like what you going to make again, which things I would add. So I would not go crazy and buy like everything they have right out of the gate because maybe you don't want to do those things. So make sure you want to do the projects that are the accessories go with before you pick them up.
Yeah.
And then I would suggest if you're going, especially if you're going to do lots of raised and 3D stuff, it uses a lot of white and gloss ink for those. So order extra white and gloss, not necessarily the colors. It uses less of the colors.
Veronica says, maybe you two can talk to a printer manufacturer and give them all the things needed for a good printer. Let me tell you what we do all day during Printing United is we talk to the printer manufacturers and tell them this would make your printer better every time.
But we did all that. We talked and we talked and we talked. And then like someone came back and was like, how big is the door you're going to put this printer through? And I'm like, you missed the whole point.
Too big.
It's too big. It's too big. I don't need it. So they also have to listen.
Yeah.
Veronica.
I think they don't understand the size of the at-home crafter, the Etsy plus sort of people who are buying these printers, and they think these people have a warehouse. And I'm like, I have a garage, or, I have a dining room. And so we constantly advocating for more consumer-friendly products.
And yes, KB asked about does the white and gloss come with the machine? It will come with your initial set of ink, but you might want to go ahead and order like an additional white and gloss set. So they have like sets that are all the inks and then sets that are just white and gloss. I would almost order another set immediately of white and gloss. So you'll have those on hand.
Smart.
So someone asked about the Brother SP1. So we can, since this is Sublimation Camp, we'll talk about our favorite Sublimation printer. Brother also does not know that either of us exist. They have no idea who we are. And we are both huge fans of this printer. So it's the Brother SP1 Sublimation printer. No, it does not require the same level of maintenance as a converted Epson EcoTank. I just have mine plugged in. It does its little maintenance cycles every once in a while. I've never had an issue, never had any clogging, never had any lines, never had anything. It just prints.
It also has built-in color management, so you do not have to install an ICC profile. You do not have to worry about your color. I've had perfect color out of that thing since I got it out of the box. However, if we did know brother, we have a one request, that would you please make an SP2, which is an 11 by 17 printer. Like, that's all I want in this world, is to make a larger printer. Brother, please. We should just send this video to them.
Let's
hey,
just tag them. just
go
start
to them
tagging
hard.
brother.
104.53. Corey's going to be yelling at you guys.
SP2, bigger printer. That's all we need from them. And then that's all I would probably have, would be a brother, if I could get the larger size.
Yeah, I think I would too. The cost of the ink Terry is like $35 a cartridge, so it's in between something like a Sawgrass and the Epson, the Epson EcoTank conversion. Angie and I have printed so much, neither of us has had to replace the ink yet.
I am amazed, like, because we were chatting and I was like, you know what? I should probably order some cartridges because I bet they're about empty. I've used it so much. And I pulled it up and it was like 3/4 full.
Yeah, mine's
These
half
are the
full.
original cartridges that charged the lines as well. Like, I put them in when I got the printer. So I don't even understand the magic.
It's a magic little printer. We are a huge fan of the Brother SP1. Yeah, if anybody wants to have brother.
Kathy's like, does anyone have any contacts with brother? We have tried. I've like looked on LinkedIn.
Hey, brother.
We need to talk to you.
What do you want? I want a bigger printer. That's it. Okay, have a nice day. Bye. Oh, it could be larger if we wanted to. The problem is once you get past that 11 by 17, which is the standard size of printers where a lot of the parts are made for that size printer, the printer gets really expensive really fast. So if you think about the brother or the Epson F570, right? Do you have that one, Angie?
No.
No, but it's like $2,000.
It's
right?
over $2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's prints larger. It could print garden flags, but you paid $2,000 something for it. And at that point, you're like, give me a DTF printer.
But it's like a 24-inch wide, so it's really large. And then like I don't have a heat press that large either. So I don't know why I would need that larger printer. I just need like 11 by 17 or 13 by 19. That would be a good size.
13 by 19 would work. But yeah, the larger the printer gets, it gets expensive really, really fast because there are no standardized parts when you get that big, or there's fewer standardized parts. So you need a lot more custom pieces, or you need pieces that aren't, made as much in bulk. When you're making an 8.5 by 11 printer, you can buy the same roller as every other printer company out there because, they fit in every single printer. But then you start getting the bigger printers and they're just not as common.
So just for anyone, I'll just put this out there for anyone. So if you're thinking about ordering the Yuthi Make printer and you're confused, just message me and I will definitely walk you through the options on their website and what comes with them and what I would recommend. Because I see maybe it's confusing on what exactly is happening on their website. And I feel like they've had a tremendous growth and they're probably catching up. So I can also decipher some of that stuff as well.
Yeah. Has anybody used the rolled sublimation paper from Amazon? I have used some of the rolled paper. It's A-sub paper. Is it A-sub paper? I can't remember what the roll is.
So
in my
I
saga.
was trying to think. Someone asked me about it, and I either got Epson makes a roll or Sawgrass makes a roll of paper, and I bought one of those, I think.
And I used it in the Sawgrass.
I had a very hard time. I got the there's a bypass tray for the Sawgrass where you can feed a roll through it, and I got the bypass tray for the smaller one, and I had a very hard time finding an 8.5-inch wide roll of paper. So it was very tough to find it at the time.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, sorry. Can you hear my dog running around out there? It's 100 pounds, just. Yeah, so Yuthi used to just make robot vacuums. And they decided to get into this printing category. They took Angie on a full behind the scenes tour to show that they were really serious about this and they weren't just some random company. And clearly people like what they're doing.
Yeah. I was impressed. Of course, I knew about the printer way before the public did, and I was super impressed.
She kept saying I have this printer, and she couldn't break her NDA. She doesn't even break her NDA for me, right? And she's like, I can't talk to you about it. I want to talk to you about it so bad.
I really want to talk, and I can't talk.
So Brianda asked, whether or not the printer has to be on for it to do its automatic maintenance. Yes, it does have to be plugged in. So my Sublimation printer, my SP1, is always plugged in over there. Without fail, it will do its maintenance cycle while I'm recording a YouTube video.
And I had someone confused the other day. So just because it goes to sleep, like you can leave it plugged in and just leave it on and it'll like go to sleep and the display goes away. It's still going to do its maintenance. It doesn't have to be like awake to do that. It'll do its own thing and kind of wake up and do its maintenance when it needs to. So it doesn't have to be like on where you can see that bright screen. It just needs to be plugged in and it'll kind of go to sleep and wake itself up when it needs to.
I apologize for my dog my husband just got home. The dog is very excited about it.
All right. So I feel like that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so. We talked for more than an hour. Look at
It was
us.
like an hour and 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for Sublimation Camp. We do this because we want to help you guys, but we couldn't do it without you. We would be teaching nobody. So we just want to thank you guys. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for being generous with your praise. I don't know. All my buckets are full right now, and it makes me feel really great. I hope you guys had a really, really great time this year.
Yeah, we had a fun time as well. I feel like I always have a fun time during camp, but tomorrow I just need to sleep. So I will sleep tomorrow.
If we don't get back to you tomorrow, it's because both of us are in a light coma.
Yeah, that's why everything I said, it'll be sometime next week. So everything I mentioned will be sometime next week. All right. So thank you all so much for joining us, whether it was your first year or your fourth year. We had an amazing time. And if it is whatever year it is for you, be sure to come back next year, whether it's a free pass or an all access pass. We just love chatting. And of course, you can learn about what's new in the printing world.
Awesome, guys. Don't forget, our all access pass goes up by $20 at the end of tomorrow. So if you are thinking about grabbing it, now is the time. It's $59 right now. It'll go up to $79 at 11:59 tomorrow night, Sunday night at Eastern time. I keep wanting to do my time, which is not Eastern time. 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Get your ticket before then, and you'll get access to everything for a full year, plus bonuses, transcripts. It's awesome.
All right. So thank you all. And we will see you next year for Sublimation Camp. And we'll see you in the Facebook group all year long. All right. Bye.